Bartlett today doing a little filming, and got a guest star with me. Many of you know him from Arizona Game and Fish, Andy Clark. So we're kind of having a pleasure trip and kind of a work trip today.
Yeah, we mixed a little bit of work with pleasure.
So let's kind of talk about the work, and then we'll show the play.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we doing today with collecting fish?
You know, for a lot of years, anglers have been suggesting that maybe the largemouth bass are stunted out here at Bartlett Lake. So, and then, you know, some of the electrofishing data, the last few times our regional crews have been out, suggest, you know, maybe that's a possibility. So we want to kind of get into some age and growth studies, and that's really just going to involve taking some fish of each size class, pulling out their inner ear bone, and analyzing the rings, just like the rings of a tree. You know, you can age them. You can age these bass by the number of rings on their inner ear bone. So just out here collecting some of various sizes, and yeah, hopefully we can get a study worked up and, you know, start figuring it out. So.
With that big old rock. So, yeah. Well, that's going to hold us here for a second. So why don't we, right now we're just using Flick Shake with 5150 worms, the green, watermelon green and green pumpkin candy, and a little bit of chartreuse on the tail. So while we got a little stop right here, why don't we just kind of throw it out there and see if we can collect a little bit of data for our experiment going on.
All right.
So we're looking at 11 feet right here, guys, and we did get on a topwater bite this morning. We didn't film it. We were using Rico's this morning. It wasn't as good as it normally is. Normally it's been pretty good, but right now it was a little slow this morning. And I don't know what's happening with the atmosphere up here. There's a lot of haze in the water, not in the air, not the water, but haze up here from the fires.
Monsoon moisture, and yeah, I think there might be some fire.
Right. Well, we have the fire up at Roosevelt, right?
Oh,
we have that. Yeah, so that's one thing.
Yep.
So we're just gonna go ahead, and I don't have my normal camera guy with me because he's busy today. So we're just doing the wind chill type thing, you know. So basically, we're throwing this Flick Shake out. And Andy's never done this before, so this is his first time, right? Exactly. So his first time, but he's caught a few fish already. Trust me, he's pretty good at this. He's a pretty good fisherman. It's fun to fish with him and get him out here and get him away from the desk and the computer.
Yeah, exactly. So all this stuff, we're all locked in our houses, and it's good to get out and get back in touch with the resources. You know? Right. Coming out with Gary, you know, Gary's guaranteed to catch you some fish, so.
He thinks, huh? Yeah. Well, he's caught a few fish already, so he's already warmed up a little bit. So what we're doing is we're just kind of throwing out in 8-10 feet of water. We do have an overcast day. It's probably in the 90s, mid-90s right now. Yeah. And you can see that it's not real bright sun out here, so the fish are a little bit shallower today when you have conditions like this. So we're just throwing it out, letting it sink down in 8-10 feet of water, and then we're just kind of Flick Shaking it back, you know, like this, just keeping it going back.
Lifting it and letting it drift back, and a little shake to it.
Yep, that's why they call it the Flick Shake. You want you to just give a little bit of a shake to it. Rocky shorelines are the best, guys. Wherever you can find a rocky shoreline, that's probably the best area to catch fish.
Boy, and we've been paying attention to the shad too. They've been busting shad around us, and it's a good indication there's fish in the area.
Yeah, there's some right out there, just busted, just as you said that.
On cue.
Yeah, on cue. Taking it nice and easy, just drifting the shoreline. Whenever you see a rock that's in the water a little bit further out, you might want to cast to that. Like there's one right up there, right up there. That would be a good indication. Andy, you got a couple back here.
Yep.
stuck?
Stuck. Yep.
All right. There's a lot of fish in here. Oh, you got one already.
Yep.
Oh,
Got him.
nice.
Yep. Good size one.
We're using very, very light poles, guys. Very light. And oh, bring him up.
Yeah.
It's kind of. Can you get him?
I think so. There you go.
Pull around and
Yeah.
show them what you caught it on and how they bite.
Yeah. A little shaky rig, just right on the top of the mouth like that. And it's hooked wacky style, so just have to kind of watch the rocks and stuff. But boy, when they take it, they take it. So that'll be good.
So we're going to save that for a specimen because it's nice and small.
Yep.
And let's just do a real quick measurement on that.
All right.
Just to see, what are you guessing, 10 inches, 12 inches?
Yeah, I think this one was around 10 or 11 inches.
So
Let's see if we
put
can.
his mouth up there and let's see what it is.
Oh, here's the. Yep, right there at 11, right here.
11 inches?
Yep.
Let's call
Yep.
it 11. All right, so we're going to go back in and I'll throw this back in and you can
Keep fishing.
get another one.
Nice. Good one. Hook some fish. Yeah, those shad were right there.
Well, nice catch.
Yeah.
You back out again?
I'm
Cool.
back out. Yep. How about you?
I'm going deeper this time.
think if you can
There's some fish down here in 15 feet. I'm just dropping down. You're kind of fishing shallow, so I'm kind of fishing a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
There he is. Right there on the bottom.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
That's a little bit bigger, isn't it?
Not bad, yeah.
Oh, that's
Go.
a little bit bigger.
Yeah. Find it in here.
So I think I'm using the same color you are. This is a watermelon, the watermelon with black flake.
Uh-huh. Yep.
But it's that green color. We decided since the low light, you guys can look at that. That's the 5150 curly tail. They were biting on camel, and then they were biting on other colors.
Yeah.
Watermelon red. Then all of a sudden it got dark out, and then he picks up a watermelon green.
Yep.
And so let's see. This one looks like it's just a hair bigger. So we'll measure this one.
I think this one was closer to 13. Yep, there it is. It's
Oh, right at 13.
13, yep.
Touches 13.
Yep.
Cool.
So,
All right.
good. So that should be a 2.5-year-old, but
2.5-year-old?
I would say so. That's hopefully that study will confirm that, or if they are stunted, you know, something like that could be 3 or 4 years old.
Wow.
Is what you'd expect if they're stunted. You know, they get,
Yeah, I don't know if they're stunted or not. Do you?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I don't personally think so, but you know, it's been one of those things that a lot of anglers talk about and stuff over the years. So I think it's stuff we're going to look further into at a lot of lakes throughout Arizona in the next 10 years. It takes a while to get going with those studies, and they take a lot of resources, a lot of time. So.
right. That would be a good one to. Boy, I'm looking at a bunch of fish on the bottom here again. Look at those. Can you see those?
I can't.
The viewers can't see them. And if I had a camera, I promise you the next time I have a cameraman and I'm talking about my graph and looking at fish on the bottom, I'm having him walk up here and look at these and show you how I catch these fish off the graph. But today it's just Andy and I, and we're soloing it together and throwing that GoPro on the window. So, but Andy can see what I'm looking at, and just looking at these fish down 11, 12 feet of water.
Yeah, and you can really pick up the shad and the bass, you know, hiding underneath them,
Right.
hanging underneath them.
Yeah, this Helix Hummingbird 9. I tell you what, that's a good graph. I'm real happy with it. You know, so they do a very good job with making that very clear. And I don't care for the side scan too much, guys, but tell you what, I do use the down scan. So I have it separated, as you notice.
Yep.
Half of it's down scan, the other half is just the 2D sonar.
Right.
So big old wad of shad up here. See it?
Pretty good all day, yeah. Yeah.
right in the middle of the shad.
Woo. You see them all
Yeah.
scattered?
I'm gonna shatter them up,
It's
you
been
know,
amazing.
like a covey of quail.
Yep. We were talking about, you know, man, it's the balls of just smaller shad. This year's crop of shad is really strong in this lake, so I'm saying we should have a good strong age class going into next spring, you know, and these things will be 2 inches long, you know, and a lot better forage for a bigger fish too.
So this would be nice. We could actually decide how long it takes for a 12-inch fish to grow, or a 10-inch fish,
Right.
or a 1.5 pounder, or whatever.
Yep. There you go.
There he is.
Good one, Gary.
There he is.
Woo. See if we can double up.
Yeah,
We've been doubling up.
guys, the one trick you've got to learn, if you're not catching fish and you're getting bites, you've got to have that quick snap, and a lot of you don't do that. You just got to snap that thing. So
Yep.
we'll let that guy go
Yeah.
and put on another worm. So let me get your way. That's a carp, but try going out by the boulders again. I got that one out there.
That's the boulders.
See him right out there?
Yeah.
Try hitting that. Excuse me, I'm going to tie on him. You can just stand right there. I'm going to put on another worm. Oh, here's one already on down there. I got like a bunch of them out.
Man, you wouldn't believe there's just clouds of them.
Oh yeah,
Clouds
big
of these baby shad all around it.
everywhere, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, look.
That's great.
There's just everywhere out there. There's
Yeah.
just a lot of shad. I mean, we're just looking at just schools of shad right now. And it's noon. I mean, we're out here and there's nobody here.
Nobody here.
Nobody. One boat. So we're lucky that we got a nice little breeze out. And, you almost don't know which way to cast, do you?
Figured I'd try. The shad are just so spread out all around us here. It's all kinds of surface action starting to turn on. So
So let me tell you guys, and I've talked to you about this before. If you're fishing and you feel like a tick, you've got to set the hook right there. Don't wait till the second tick happens. Just pop it as fast as you can, because the next tick is him spitting it out. So everybody asks me that questions about the videos. I get all kind of comments, emails. These fish see so many lures up here. There's so many people fish this lake on weekends and stuff. One bite, set the hook. And I mean fast as you can. Just get that in your mind.
Yeah.
They bite you, you sting them back. You know, so
it really is just a little flick, like you're saying, you know, just a little bit of a
yeah, when you first started out, Andy lost a couple
Yeah,
because
I
he
did.
wasn't setting it.
Yep.
I got on him real quick, those folks.
Had to.
So he's been landing quite a few. So
you kind of have to tune up to it, you know. You kind of have to
right.
practice,
You-
you know,
you
what
do.
that feels like, you know. Because the tendency is to load up and, you know,
Right.
really crank on it.
Well, you'd never done this flick shake before,
Right.
so it's a whole new ball game. You know,
Sure is,
you're
yeah.
wacky styling a worm, and it could be any kind of worm. We're using
Right.
curly tail worms, straight tail worms. You know, everybody says, "What's the best worm?" Well, the best worm is the best color, but they'll hit the curly tail as good as they'll hit the straight tail.
Best worm is the one that's working.
Ah, there you go. The one that's working and the best color. I saw one come up and eat over here, so I'm trying to work this point right there. You just want that nice little flick, 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 you know, and that is it. I don't let it sit there too much, folks. I don't let it drag on the bottom too long. I'm working it in. So, and then after about a little bit, a minute or two, I'm pulling it up and redoing it, throwing it again. I'm going for that. Boy, you landed right in the middle of those shad. They just scattered.
Yeah, I've learned that the hard way too today, you know, just to be dragging on the bottom, boy, you get hung up and get screwed up. You can just kind of keep it moving a little bit and jigging gives it that action that needs.
So let me show you guys what I did. I know this is the cheap way out, but it's working, isn't it?
Yeah.
I ran out of the flick shake hooks, the regular ones that have the lead on the hook itself. So I took my ballpoint sawed off 1/8 ounce shaky heads, and it's been working great for us. We've been doing really good, catching fish and having a good time.
Yep.
So it's just, I just saw that off with a file on the very top, but we're still just working this out. It's 1/8 ounce. You know, you can get them at Bass Pro, just about any sporting goods store, and make your own. So I didn't know I was out, and then we lost a few, and then so I had to put these on and make do, and it's been working perfect.
Exactly.
Well, we're in a little lull here. We're in the shad, but we're in a little lull with the fishing.
Must be getting all the fish they want. The shad.
Yeah, they're eating the real stuff and not our fake stuff.
That's
right?
Yeah. Exactly. Imagine that. Who said fish were dumb?
Yeah. You are? I was going to ask you, were you just dragging on the bottom?
There's the one
Get him?
right there, yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you got him out quite a ways.
Super shallow.
You
Yeah,
did.
he was back there a ways.
Yeah, I'm in 14 feet of water, so you would cast it up to that big rock. Andy's learning that if he sees a rock out there, he's going to cast to it now. Go ahead and flick him right on up here, and we'll measure that guy. I'll take mine in. Ooh, that's a fatty. Look how,
Look how fat he is.
look how fat that guy is.
Yeah.
My gosh,
Cute.
that is a beauty.
Gorging on shad.
Oh,
He's back to about that 11-inch
is he?
range, yep.
You hold it back in now.
Yep.
Oh,
Just
11.5.
Just a little over, yeah.
11.5 inches.
Yep.
Wow. That'll be a specimen for our testing
We'll take
site.
his ear bone out and
Yep.
figure out how long it took him to get to 11 inches.
Yeah,
It should be a 2.5-year-old.
that should.
Yeah, it should be.
11.5 inches should be a
Yep.
two-year-old.
Yeah, once they start getting into that 12-inch range, they're 10, 12, 13, they're 2.5 years old.
So let's talk about eating fish.
Okay.
These are probably the best ones to eat, right? These here,
Yeah.
instead of the real big ones, the breeders are naturally the ones you don't want to take home. Everybody wants to take the 2.5, 3 pounders home because they get a thicker fillet.
Right. Yeah,
But
that's the.
we have too many.
Yeah, the thing with the catch and release is great. It's a great ethic right now. It's been that way for a while. You guys do a great job with the catch and release. At a lake like Bartlett that's super productive, there's a lot of bass. It really helps it to have some selective harvest. So those, like we've had slot limits at Roosevelt and Alamo before, and that slot limit goes from 13 to 16. So really that's that 2.5 to 3-year-old fish that we want to protect through its 4th or 5th year, because they're the ones doing the majority of the spawning. You keep the genes going, the good genes, and then once they get outside of that, of course, everybody wants to throw back the 10-pounder. The reality is that 10-pounder is probably bred a lot, and its genes are spread through the lake already. So yeah, it's good to throw it back, and I've got a hog bass program.
Oh yeah, we got the hog bass program. Yeah, you want to talk about that? So
conservation of those big fish are great, but if you do end up taking one of those not as big a deal from a genetic standpoint. Now, you know, a healthy bass population is not going to have very many of those. They're just not. They're going to have a very small percentage of the bass population for any kind of lake is going to be bigger than that 4 or 5 years old. They really start to die off. Predators hit them. They just don't live that long. So they're special fish once they get that big. So that's one. On one hand, I'm telling you one thing. On another, I'm encouraging you to conserve those, and that's what we really want you to do, is conserve those. So eating wise, those 12-inch fish are really the best ones.
They are. I've been taking a few of those home, and I encourage all my customers, if you want to take some home, take these 10, 11, 12 inches home. Yeah. We've got millions in this lake.
Exactly.
Exactly. Overrun with them.
Tons of them. They're eating a lot of shad or a lot of prey per pound, you know, per weight. So it's good to thin that part of the population out, and it gives more for those 3, 4, 5-year-olds to eat. So
that's when does a bass start breeding? Like 3 years old? Would you say?
I think for populations like this one, you know, they're spawning at those 11, 12 inches.
They can spawn at a 12 incher?
Absolutely.
That's why we see so many fish building nests in like Pleasant, where it's clear. Here you can't see it too much, but up there you can.
Right.
So,
exactly.
We'll fish this point out, and then I think we got enough from showing everybody what to do and stuff and talking.
Yeah. We just need to get out here and try it for themselves.
Yeah.
It's great fishing right now.
Yeah, it is. It's a very good fishing right now. So, you know. Points are naturally good, guys. You know, we're coming up on a point out here right now, so you want to fish the points, but all the boulders are good. I mean, all the way around this whole area. We caught them this morning in here and everywhere. We had this place to ourselves this morning. We didn't have any competition at all. Nobody was here. This is a Wednesday.
Yeah.
You know, I've been having this though since kids went back to school. You don't have no water skiing, and you know.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly.
We'll make a few more casts here and see if we can get one on. Oh, that's a good one, right over the point.
Good point. See if I can drag it back over that.
I'll go deeper off the sides. You'll go shallow.
I'll either get hung up
or have a fish.
I'll get a fish.
That's all right. We were talking, if you're not getting hung up, you're not where the fish are. Trust me. Don't get mad when you get hung up, because that's where the fish are, the boulders, the sticks, and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. Look at Gary got hung up. Come on. I've played around with these things before when I got stuck like this.
Yeah.
And
you can get them, huh?
I've actually caught fish. Yeah. They come up, take the bait, you know, right off the rock. Well, you know, if you don't pull too far, folks, you can just take your trolling motor, just go right around the other side of the point, and it should come right off. It's been coming off all morning long. Yep. This one I might lose, who knows? But with those little ball heads I've been using, they're not very expensive.
They're not very expensive, nope.
Nope, they are not.
Not a big investment.
Whoa, oh, that was a big fish there. Did you see how big that fish was that came through there?
Fish.
That was a good one.
We were wondering how active those bass were. That one would just rage through there.
Oh, he did, didn't he? Man, he was a good size. He was bigger than any one we caught. We did not catch any real big ones today, did we?
We didn't. Nope.
But we had a good time.
That
you know,
we
didn't want to take any real big ones anyway. We wanted to just take a sample of the little ones and have them test it. And, you could just see, with the weather come, you could just see the shad on top of the water over there, can't you? Look at that. Even back in the cove there. Sure is pretty up here, isn't it?
Sure glad the monsoon's finally kicked in.
Oh,
A little
yeah.
bit of
It's greened up a little bit, hasn't it?
rain, yeah.
Still could use a little bit more, but you just 35 miles just north of Phoenix up here, North Scottsdale. It's a beautiful lake up here. Really, really nice terrain with cactus and all the stuff we see out here.
Super lucky today with the pod cover, but heck, you know, into September, into October, mornings will start being chilly, right?
They will. Well, we had 80
on.
degrees coming down today. I hit 80 coming in here. I think when I got to the lake, it was like 81. So when I left my house, it was 90. So
Yeah.
a few degrees cooler.
That's right.
But we had a nice breeze this morning, just like this. The breeze never quit, actually.
In this spot, we're in a good spot where the breeze is blowing up lake.
Yeah.
Right under those shad there.
Oh yeah, look at that. Couldn't got any better, right into them. Actually, you caught 2 fish off that early today, this morning.
That's my little
Off
honey
this
hole
little
there.
funny hole, little point right there.
Yeah. Hard to beat it.
Nope, I tell you.
Sure appreciate
Look at
you
that fish
bringing
up there. No, that's a carp.
Oh, that was a carp, yeah. Yeah, he's just scooping off the surface there.
Well, I think that we probably showed him how to do this, and I'm glad you came along. So we talked about the, you know, what we're doing as far as testing the fish to see how long it takes them to grow to 12 inches or get a pound or whatever it is.
Right.
And they got to see a little bit of flick shaking, like they had never seen that with me before.
Yeah.
Got a lot of
Mr.
videos
Flick
out there,
Shake.
but one guy called me, 2 guys called me yesterday while I was off and said, well, I'm not catching any fish up there. And I said, I said, what are you doing? He goes, drop shot. And I go, wasn't working? He goes, nope. I said, did you try flick shaking? He goes, what's that? I said, do you watch my videos? Yeah, I watch all your videos. I go, evidently you didn't, because I have a lot of videos on flick shake. If you don't know how to flick shake, I've got a lot of videos up here that show you how, and you just got a good example of us. But whoa,
really good.
That was a
And
big
they're really
fish.
starting to bust even more.
Yeah.
So
it's probably, what is it, 12:30 or so?
No,
Oh, it's 1.
Oh, yeah.
So we're about ready to cut out of here and get
It's
going.
lunchtime.
Yeah, it's lunchtime. You're right.
That's what those bass are saying too.
Yep, the bass are saying it's lunch, and they're still breaking shad up here. So, hey, I want to thank Andy for coming out with me today and talking to you about game and fish, and hopefully this can all end and we can get back to normal work and stuff you're doing. Sure. And they've got some good programs coming out he was talking about, so hopefully those could get implemented and we can,
Absolutely, yeah. If you haven't joined our group site there on Facebook, Fish AZ, our group site, putting that together, it's a little almost 9,000 members so far.
Wow,
so
it's growing.
Yeah, we're really growing leaps and bounds, and there's all kinds of information. We'll get Gary's fishing report and everybody's fishing report on there, and so it's just for you guys, for the anglers. So
well, that's pretty good.
it's really just focusing on what hit and where.
All
kinds
whether
of
it's trout or catfish
absolutely.
And a lot of pictures. When I go on there, I see lots of pictures of catfish, everything. I mean, everybody posts on there, so.
Kids and, moms and dads and everybody. It's great. It's a great site.
So yeah, Fish AZ.
Yep, Fish AZ.
Okay. So thanks again, guys, for watching, and be sure to subscribe to the videos. You're doing really good. Those of you who already have subscribed, but I still have 50% that watch my videos that don't subscribe. So if you get a chance, just hit subscribe, put your email in, and it takes about 30 seconds and it's done. So thanks again for watching. You've been watching Fishing with Gary.